Well, with Russian troops retreating from areas around the capital that they used to control, Ukrainian forces are moving in and are uncovering more and more stories of violence used against the local women. In particular, of soldiers using rape as a weapon of war. Our correspondent Nikita Lamai has been speaking to some of those affected, and you may find some of the vivid descriptions of abuse in her report upsetting.
A quiet rural neighbourhood shattered by barbaric violence. In a village west of Kyiv, a first-hand account of rape by invading soldiers. When we started talking to this woman, we didn't know what we were about to hear. We are hiding her identity to protect her.
A soldier entered our house. My husband and I were there. At gunpoint, he took me to a neighbouring house. He was ordering me, "Take your clothes off or I'll shoot you." Then he started raping me. While he was doing that, 4 more soldiers entered. I thought I was done for, but they took him away.
She returned home to find her husband shot in the abdomen. He died 2 days later. She buried him in the backyard.
I found drugs and Viagra that they left behind. They would get high and they were drunk. Most of the invading soldiers are killers, rapists and looters. Only a few are okay. I want to ask Putin, why is this happening? I don't understand. We're not living in the Stone Age.
Just up the road, we heard of another rape case. It's being investigated by the police. This is the house a woman was taken to and assaulted. Upstairs, the bedroom where she was later killed. It's a disturbing scene. On the mirror, a message in lipstick. Tortured by unknown people, buried by Russian soldiers, it says. Out in the garden, we were shown her grave. A day after we went, Ukrainian police exhumed her body. The note, we're told, was left by a separate unit of Russians who found her body and buried her here. They later told a neighbour, Oksana Smolenska, about the dead woman.
They told me she had been raped and that her throat was either slit or stabbed and she bled to death. They said there was a lot of blood.
We travelled 70 miles east to another village. To what used to be the home of a family. A couple in their 30s and their young child. Signs of their peaceful, ordinary life lie amidst the ruins. On the 9th of March, Russian tanks rolled in. 2 soldiers shot the man dead. The woman who lived in this house managed to escape along with her child. She called the Ukrainian police and she's given them her testimony. She's told them she was raped multiple times by the 2 drunk Russian soldiers who killed her husband. And she said they threatened to kill her little boy too if she didn't do exactly as they said. As the soldiers left, they burned down the house. The police chief has told us they've gathered evidence and plan to go to the International Court. In Kyiv, we met Ukraine's human rights ombudsman, Lyudmila Denisova, who's been recording rape cases.
About 25 girls and women aged 14 to 24 were raped during the occupation in the basement of one house in Bucha. 9 of them are pregnant. A 25-year-old woman called to tell us her 16-year-old sister was raped in the street in front of her.